welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be about my 5 top tips as a law student. Been on here for a minute now, and basically since mid-April I would say I've just been revising for my LPC exams. So I finished them 2 weeks ago. It'll be 2 weeks ago tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday. So yeah, it was like June the 2nd or something like that I'd finished my exam. So I thought I'd just wait until after that and then I'd do some recording and actually like just start doing the content as to what I wanted to do about. So yeah, I've got my iPad here, so if I look down, it's just because that's where I wrote down a few notes as to what I'm going to be talking about. It's not going to be a long video either. I'm going to say a few tips and expand on it a little bit, and then yeah, that's it. Since I've not done any content, a lot of things have happened as of recently. I'm gonna be speaking about that in this video. I think that's a discussion for another time. I'm just gonna keep it to this. Those that don't know me, I am a law graduate. I graduated last year with my degree, and this year I've been taking the legal practice course, master's, and this is for law students first year, second year, even third year. But by third year, and even like towards the end of second year, I feel as though you have like a pattern and a routine that you follow when it's coming up towards like revision and exams and just even coursework and everything. So for that, tip number 1, and this is a law student, I'd say my first tip is to consolidate your seminar notes. And I learnt that from this year. Last year during my degree, I don't feel as though I did that, but this year, like without fail, I had to consolidate all my notes after each seminar, so that when it comes to revising, because there were so many different modules and everything, it's quite a lot to go back and have to go through all the seminars again. So if you consolidate your seminar, then you've already got that Word document with your revision notes from the seminar, and then it's just turning the consolidated notes into revision notes come exam season and revise from them, or whatever your revision technique is. So I'd say to always consolidate seminar notes. It will benefit you in the long run when it comes to the exams. During first year, I think you have at least 5, it feels like so long ago, but like you do have at least like 5 different modules, so it's good to consolidate. So my second tip is to go at your own pace and don't compare yourself to anybody in the class. So in some of my seminars, I literally used to have like smart asses or whatever, knows the answer to every question, and just people that have really good general knowledge, but then when they'd be answering questions and they believe what they're saying is right, then the tutor's just like that's not actually the correct answer to the question. Like you might have a bit of background knowledge on it, but you're not even right. So there's you thinking, oh my gosh, like, oh, I need to know this, why don't I know that, blah blah blah. Just go at your own pace, honestly. I keep touching my face, but yeah, just go at your own pace and just don't watch other people. Like they're on their own journey and they're doing what they need to do, or if they want to be really vocal in class, then let them be vocal. If you're more of a person that sits back and literally just observes, you're taking down your notes, you'll contribute to the lesson in whatever way you can, then just do that. But don't go home with it on your head thinking, oh, I need to do this extra like detailed research and stuff like that, and look at things into depth so you can be on that same level as somebody else in your seminar. Because like from experience, you can literally not know anything, and then come revision, do your revision, go over the topics, and you fully understand it and you can perform well in your exams. My third tip is to find an easy revision method, which is to remember case law. That can be whether it's doing mind map, repetitive writing. I found that really, like, that's how I revise. And I just write the same thing out over and over and over again. I'll turn the sheet over, write it out, and I'll read it, see if it's correct. If I've got it wrong, then I do it again until I can do it and say it without getting it wrong, and it's actually stuck like in my head. And also like post-its and stuff, if you're a person, you've got like good photographic, is that it? Photographic memory. And you can just stick it up around your room and just do things like that. Like when I was at uni, I used to just, like as you can see here, I've got some stuff stuck on the wall, but that's just a timetable and like goals and stuff. But when it came towards exam season, I would stick, not post-its, but my revision papers where I've written it out, and I'd just put that around my room. Or even when I was in the shower and I had to remember scripts and stuff, I'd print it out and put the piece of paper on the other side of the shower, and then obviously it's not going to get wet because it's on the other side, and while I'm having a shower I'd be reading this and looking at it, and making sure that information is literally drilled into my head, and from doing that, that enabled me to perform well. I would say find a way that you can revise from. Like I could say, yeah, okay, you could do repetitive writing, but you could try that and it doesn't work for you. Don't force yourself to do that. Do something that you find helpful. My fourth is, you have a lot of people that say, oh, first year doesn't count, just go have fun, rah-ta-ta. In some courses, like first year doesn't count, whatever, you need to pass first year to be able to get onto second year. So how can you tell me that it doesn't count? Clearly it does. I don't know about other degrees. This is all about law. When you're applying to training contracts, you have to put your first year, your second year, and your third year grades that you got in each module. So they do take that into account, your performance. You could literally, if you got thirds for the whole of first year, they're going to take that into account, and they may ask you questions as to why you performed low in that year in comparison to maybe in second year or third year when you actually started trying, because you knew that that counts towards your overall degree. But with first year, it doesn't count. In law, it doesn't count towards your degree, your final classification. However, the grades that you get, they are looked at. They're not overlooked, they are taken into consideration when you're applying for a training contract, which is to be a solicitor. And I'm not too sure, I can't really speak about for bar, if you want to be a barrister or whatever, but I'm sure they do look at your grades that you got throughout the years. So have fun. I'm not saying not to have fun in first year, and make sure that you do get good grades, because you'd be stupid not to. I was having fun in first year, but I made sure, like first year grades wise was a one-off, like my years, because I got really good grades. But yeah, it didn't count towards my degree. However, at least I know when I do apply for training contracts, and when I have been, I'm putting grades in, they are decent. The grades are in sync with what I've been achieving and getting throughout uni and what I got for my overall degree. There's not been in thirds and then all of a sudden I've got a 2-1 or something like that, or it gradually goes up whatever, or a decline. It's not like that, it's just been consistent. So that's what I'm lucky and quite grateful for. But yeah, just be mindful of your performance in first year. And then my fifth tip, and get involved in societies. So take part in the Law Society and any other societies that you feel as though you have a passion, interest in. Get involved, because they look really good on your CV. You can learn different skills. I would say if your university has a legal advice centre, which as did, get involved with that, apply. You can do volunteering there. Also do volunteering at the Citizens Advice, because you're gaining experience over those years. So it's so good to start from first year. Even the students that I know that have started from when they were in sixth form or at college or year 11 and they're trying to get placements, it's so good, because over the years you're building up your experience, and all of this you can put on your application when you're applying for the training contracts, when you're applying for vacation schemes. You've got all of this experience and knowledge and practical experience too, which is helpful. I didn't do my first placement until last year because I was just laid back and behind. I just wasn't really that interested. I thought it was just really simple and easy to get a placement, so I just left it. And then second year, when I went to apply, I was like really late, so everywhere was full, nowhere would take me on. So then literally the next year I made sure that I applied early, and I did 3 placements last year. So basically my summer was jam-packed. I had 3 placements and I did volunteering at CAB. So obviously now the law side of my CV is pretty decent. But yeah, don't leave it, like myself, don't leave it until literally the end of uni, because then you'll be struggling and you've got competition from the younger law students, or not even younger, but the newer ones coming in. They're also applying and trying to get placements. So make sure you do get placements from the offset, because it is really important and it's beneficial, and it's that experience that you need to get you those vacation schemes, get you those training contracts. They enable you to get your goal and aspirations of being a successful and a qualified solicitor, because without any experience you're going to find it very difficult. This is just from my opinion as well. You'll find it difficult to get into a law firm or an area of law where you need that experience. Experience is very important for law, as for other degrees, but I can't speak about other degrees because I've not done them. I've only done a law degree. So yeah, so those are my 5 top tips. That's literally all that was on here. Anything else that I would say for a law student? At my university we didn't really do a lot of coursework. We had about 1 or 2 pieces of coursework each year. The rest were exams. I would say start your exam revision as early as possible. Not, for example, in your 2nd term, but you would have started consolidating your notes. You'd have started getting together your revision notes. So then I'd say by early April, depending on when your exams are, to be fair, and what works for you, what position you're in, but just start revising and getting ready for your exams, because when you start revising, and if you start late and you've got all these modules that you need to revise, it's a lot of pressure. As with coursework, start that early. I know a lot of people leave it last minute, but wouldn't you rather get it done and you have a few weeks or a week or so, like literally a week, to just go over, make any amendments, and it's not all last minute and you're rushing. You have, what, a month, up to a month or 3 months sometimes to complete courseworks. So you have enough time to create like a really good piece of coursework. Yeah, so thank you for that. These were my 5 top tips for a law student. I'm gonna do 5 top tips for a postgrad LPC student doing their an LPC master's student, because I feel like tips are similar but they're a bit different, and obviously you learn more doing your masters and how to go about things, because it's a lot more pressure and a lot more content. So yeah, that will be in a different video. So I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, then just leave it below in the comments. But yeah, for future law students, or if you're thinking about studying law, honestly go for it. I've loved my law degree, and even doing my masters, I've learnt so much, and you just look at things in a completely different way. So I'd always encourage someone that's passionate about it or has an interest, do a little bit of research and see if it's something that you're interested in and it's a career that you would like to go in. But yeah, just do the degree and don't second guess it. Bye!